Hello lovelies, hope you're all doing well. Today I'm doing a big bow order, and within that bow order was 4 Easter bunny bows with the bunny ears, and I thought I'd done a tutorial for you guys, but I actually checked on my channel and I haven't. So that is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you how I made my own bunny ears template for my Easter bunny bows. So basically I take my favourite bow template, which is the Beauty Bow by Glitter Glitter on the Wall, and this one is to make the 3.5 inch wide bow. And what I'm going to do is just grab a pen and I'm going to draw myself a guide using the top of this bow template. So I'm going to draw to around halfway, which is where the bow would fold over to form the loops. So around halfway I'm just going to draw a line like this, and I'm also going to draw a little line at the bottom. So this is what you've got, and then using this as a guide we can then draw on our ears. Now my ears I made originally are around 6.5 centimeters tall, so I'm going to measure from this top corner where this corner come out up here, just a rough line so I know where 6.5 centimeters is. And then we're ready to draw our bunny ears. Now I like my bunny ears out at a slight angle, because if you think about a bunny, they're not necessarily always straight up, they can be slightly angled. So from this corner here I'm going to start drawing my bunny ears. So I'm going to have them come out a little bit, and to about here. And then I'm going to round the top off slightly. And then join it to this line at the bottom. I want this to come out a little bit fatter. So yeah, about like that. Like I said, this is just rough. It don't matter how many times you draw it. You could use a pencil if you want, you could rub it out, because I'm using a pen, I've just gone over it to try and mark that as best as I can. Now I'm also going to draw a line halfway down this middle so I can see where the halfway mark is. And then what we're going to do is fold this in half. And just making sure that these bottom lines are lined up. And then taking my scissors, I'm going to cut this half of the ear out. But because we're cutting from this fold, that will give us the pair of ears, if that makes sense. So I'm going to slowly start cutting out my ears. So if you use a pencil you'll be able to do it a little bit neater than what I have, but I've already made mine. I just wanted to show you how it is done. I'm just cutting that a little bit wider. And then when you open them up, that gives you your bunny ears template. Now what I would then do with these is place them on a nice sturdy piece of card and then draw around it and then cut them out on cardboard, so you've got your template to use over and over again. These are my original ones that I made. So as you can see, these ones are actually a little bit more at an angle, but yeah, they're not going to be the same every time if you keep making them, but that is what they end up looking like roughly. So that is how you can make your own bunny ear template. And then the next thing I did was I drew around just one ear, and then I roughly drew a little inner piece around not quite a centimetre round, and that is just to layer up inside your bunny's ear like that. So now I'm going to make the bow and you can see the finished results. So I'm going to make mine in pink and white, and I've got some pink felt for the inner part of the ear. So for the white I'm going to do the tails. So taking my Beauty Bow tails template, I'm going to draw around that on my white fabric. And then I'm also going to draw around my ears template on the white fabric. The reason I've done them sideways is because I can then get sort of another one in there somehow, just to use as much fabric as possible. So that was it on the white. And then on this piece I'm going to draw around the inner ear. Now you could use glitter if you wanted, but I like to just use felt because that just saves using glitter, and bunny ears are soft anyway, so nice bit of soft felt. So that's for the inner ears. And then taking my pink glitter, I can then draw my loops. And now these are all ready to be cut out. As always, when I cut out my pieces, I cut inside of the pen line. I'll just show you a little bit of that. So just carefully cut, following the pen line, but just slightly on that inside. So as you can see, I'm cutting off the pen line and you can't see it on the underside of your bow. So we have all our little pieces cut out. I've also cut off two 1 centimetre wide pieces of ribbon. This one is around 12 centimetres in length and this one is around 5-6 centimetres in length. This is just to line the clip, and this is for the centre of the bow. So first of all, taking our loops, I'm just going to place a little bit of glue on either end of those tabs and bring those into the centre. Now I always leave 1 millimetre or 2 overlap from the top half, if that makes sense, so when you flip it over you can't see any of the underside of the bow. I think as a rule you're supposed to fold them directly in half, but I always use this method just to make sure that on this side you're definitely not going to see that white bit coming out from the bottom. And now we're going to pop the insides of our ears on the top of our ears. So that'll go on there like that. So I'm using the side where I done the pen because I didn't worry about cutting inside the pen on these because I knew you wouldn't see the underside. So just place some hot glue on there. And in the middle of that ear. And the other one, just checking which side has got the pen on it, which is this side. So there are our ears. Now we can attach those onto our tails. So I'm just going to place some glue on that bottom part and line it up on our tails, and then our loops can go on the top of there. Now we can add our clip. So I've got some 45mm tooth clips. Taking my piece of ribbon, just heat seal those ends. Halfway down I'm going to pop some hot glue on there. Stick it on the underside, so it just overlaps the underside. Push it into the pinch. And then run some glue down the top half of the clip. And the last piece. Open the clip and tuck that in there like that. And that is your lined clip ready to go underneath your hair bow. So I'm just going to place some glue on the underside. Another good tip I'll point out, when you're taking orders, always ask your customer if they're having the bow to be worn on the left side of the head or the right side of the head, because I'm making this to be worn on the child's, so looking at the child, that will be on their right side. But if they wanted it on the left side facing them, you'd have to obviously put the clip on the other way, so the pinch was this side. And when you pinch the clips, I always tell the customers to pinch the tails and not pinch with the loops, because otherwise you end up with a nasty crease in here. The glitter can crack and that just don't last very long that way. So to take care of the bow, always make sure they pinch just the tail part. So I don't glue this loop right down, I always leave a little bit of a gap, just pop the glue in the middle. So there's a couple of good tips for you there. Now this little piece here, I'm just going to wrap around the middle. Now I could have just done white glitter around the middle, but because we're adding a little pom-pom which resembles the bunny's fluffy tail, I am just using ribbon. So I'm just going to stick that ribbon on the underside of the clip. Bring that around the middle. Trim off any excess. And heat seal the raw edge. And finish that off under the clip. Again, I'm only pinching the clip, not the loop. And now we're ready to add a little pom-pom in the middle. I've got like these little fluffy balls. I got a big bag of these from my local craft shop at about, I don't know, 99p, very, very cheap. And they had all different colours. They had pink ones, white ones, and I got these lovely white ones, like little iridescent threads sticking out. And this is going to go in the middle. So that's why I just use ribbon, because I thought hot glue works better on ribbon, so you're not going to see it when we've got this on here. I'm just going to pop that in the centre, and there you have your finished bunny hair bow. What I'll do is I will link the products used or very similar in the description below this video. I've also got all my social media, my Facebook group, everything else linked below this video. Do give this video a like for me and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of my tutorials. Thank you for watching everyone. Bye bye.